Time now for the PHL morning news on this Monday morning, November 16th, 2015. And good morning, y'all. This lovely Monday morning, November 16th, 2015. Here are your news and I. Here and our top story at 7:32 on this Monday morning. Here is our latest. On the terror in France, says in Paris, where air document is underway for a French citizen who is suspected of involvement in the deadly Paris terrorist attacks and already managed to slip five police figures at least once. Marriott International Incorporated will buy Sheraton Order Starwood Hotels and Resorts Worldwide, incorporated in a $12.2 billion deal to create the world's largest hotel chain. Sometime this week, the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon will travel to Pyongyang, North Korea, to possibly meet with leader Kim Jong-un, South Korea's Yonhap News Agency reports. The Pentagon transferred 5 Yemeni detainees who had been held for more than a decade at the prison at Guantanamo Bay in Cuba to the United Arab Emirates. An FBI spokeswoman says some weapons have gone missing following breaking at the Army Reserve Center in Central Massachusetts. Kristen Santera says the Boston FBI became aware of the break-in at the Lincoln Army Reserve Center in Worcester. In Tenaya, California, where tornado struck a central California town, leaving movement walls damaged, knocking out trees and power lines, and damaging gas lines. In Paris, French police raided more than 150 locations overnight as authorities released the names of 2 more potential suicide bombers involved in the Paris attacks, one born in Syria and the other a Frenchman and one in part of the terrorist organization. Meanwhile, German Chancellor Angela Merkel and British Prime Minister David Cameron joined French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius and other European leaders in G27 meeting. As world leaders in Belgium, Turkey promised to tighten border controls, step up intelligence sharing, and crack down on terrorist financing at a summit in Turkey on Monday, but there was a little sign of a dramatic shift in strategy against Islamic State. In Paris, the latest on the deadly attacks in Paris, as Prime Minister David Cameron says 7 terror attacks have been foiled in Britain in the past 6 months. South Florida man who allegedly set his farmer on fire turns himself to face charges of attempted murder and arson. Salem, Massachusetts lawyers said the trial of a Massachusetts teenager killed in his high school math teacher plans to make over the statements on Monday. A 7-year-old girl's body was discovered in a creek just 25 minutes after being reported missing while it was watching a Pee Wee football game with her mom, police said. Philadelphia, a top seed said previously been performed on 2 babies whose body was found next to a trash-littered used car lot of Philadelphia police said on Sunday. Global Hawk closure strong on Friday's attacks in Paris and left 129 people dead as investors pointed to the limited impact of markets and the economy from previous terrorist atrocities. Gross domestic product continued back to the annualized 0.8% in the third quarter as Japan's cabinet office said on Monday. Growth also shrank in the previous quarter, officially put in the world's 3rd largest economy on the rocks. Yellen's comment that December remains alive possibly for a rate increase in the President banks at a rally that had carried the Standard & Poor's 500 index and win 1% of the record. Retail sales in the U.S. rose at a lower rate than expected in October amidst a surprise drop in the purchase of autos, suggested that consumer spending slowdown that could temper the expectation of a strong 4th quarter increase in economic growth. Okay, take a look at the stock market report down. That Dow Jones reports at 17,245.24, S&P 500 2023.04, and NASDAQ 4,927.88. Keep an eye on the night sky this week if you want to witness the spectacular lunar meteor shower as the space debris spectacular crash into Earth's atmosphere dozens of times every hour, when the phenomenon peaks in their lives on Tuesday. The world's biggest energy companies have doubled down on the promise of the predictive dividends, despite a precipitous drop in profits this year, driven by a steep decline in oil prices. Being a volunteer firefighter meant everything to Pat Arterton, but when accident during a rescue mission left his face real, but he thought he would never be the same again. As unprecedented face transplant gives former firefighter hope. In New York and Los Angeles in recent days, the largest U.S. manager of private prescription drug benefits have cut out at least 8 pharmacies and worked closely with drug makers and test sites, scrutiny of assisted and help inflate drug prices. Antibiotic resistance, which can turn common ailments into kills, has reached dangerous levels worldwide. The World Health Organization warned Monday said users still know too little about how antibiotics work. Latest results from the CDC survey revealed significant decline in smoking rates. While it's very hard for quit, some people resort to bizarre ways to kick the habit and finally end the addiction once for all. Peter Chell News Lab, 7:37 here on this Monday morning. Back to work, back to school. It's time now for a sports report here. The New England Patriots survive a scare from the New York Giants. But in the end, Stephen Gostkowski, 54-yard field goal drive, proved the difference as the Patriots escaped with a 27-26 victory of the New York Giants here, while the New England Boston Celtics defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder 185. And yesterday, the Wheaton Lions women's basketball team defeat the Roger Williams Hawks on Rebecca Arnold's game-winning shot with 3/10 seconds left as they defeat the Hawks 65-64. Tonight, the Boston Celtics meet down Houston, taking on the Houston Rockets, while the North Legends JV football team will be playing the Hopton Hailers at Norton High School, right around the field at 3:30 p.m. Floyd Mayweather is taking a pot shot at Ronda Rousey in the wake of the devastating loss to the UFC 193. Green Bay, Wisconsin, unprecedented to produce for the boss. The straight line scooter signature win the left all places. Lambeau Field. Peter Chell News Time, 7:38, 10.5 hour. Traffic report on this Monday morning. Back to work, back to school. Let's study off out in Rhode Island here, where Route 4 to the southbound side, a little slow route. Route 1 to North Kingstown here. 95 to the northbound side, so from Coventry all the way out to the airport roadway. And then the U.S. Express get on 95 northbound from 37 in Crescent all the way out to downtown Providence here. 185 to the westbound side, so from Seacock all the way out to downtown Providence here. 95 southbound, so from the Pawtucket goes to downtown Providence. 146 southbound, so from Route 50 all the way to Route 95. 146 to the southbound side, so from Route North Smithfield to Route 99 in Lincoln, Rhode Island there. 295 southbound side, so from Route 14 to Route 12 in Scituate. 24 northbound and northbound side, a little slow from 140 in Taunton to Route 44 in Raynham due to some traffic incident on Route 24. 95 on the northbound side, it is slow from South Main Street to Shannon to Route 128 in Cantoneer. 24 on the northbound side, so from Harrison Boulevard, Dave all the way to Route 128 in Cantoneer. Route 3 on the northbound side, so from Derby Street and Hingham all the way to the Braintree split. 120 on the southbound side. It is slow from Route 28 in Randolph all the way to the Braintree split through and an accident on 120 on the southbound side around the Braintree split around Route 3. 120 on the northbound side. Get it. Stop and go from Braintree split all the way out to Route 20 Waltham due to an accident here on 120 on the southbound side around Route 95 in Kansas, so expect delays here. 120 on the southbound side, so from Renton all the way up to Route 2 in Lexington, Route 2 to the westbound side, so from the Lexington stretch, Route 2 eastbound side, so from Route 60 in Belmont all the way out to Fresh Pot and Cambridge. Mass Park in the eastbound side, and an accident between Route 9 and Framingham and Route 30, so expect delays as Mass Park in the eastbound side is backed up from Route 9 and Framingham all the way out to the Prue Tunnel. Mass Park on the westbound side is slow from Logan Airport all the way out to the Prue Tunnel here. 485, it's stop and go around King Street in Franklin and hit brakes again from Hopkins all the way out to the Mass Pike in Westboro here. Southeast Express on the northbound side, and it's so from the Braintree split all the way out to Dorchester. Southeast Expressway southbound side, so over the Dorchester stretch to an accident here on 93 on the northbound side around the gas tank, so expect for delays here. Thibodeau Tunnel on both ends, looking good. 93 to southbound side, so from Route 125, North Andover all the way out to the Zachem Bridge here. 93 southbound side, the next one before Route 120 to Red in here. Out in Worcester, 290 in the eastbound side, so from Route 146 all the way out to Route 9. 146 on the northbound side, and it's all before Route 290 here. 395 on the northbound side, a little slow for the Webster stretch here. Route 3 on the southbound side, and it's all from Route 40 in Chelmsford all the way out to Millwick, and then hit it brakes again before Route 128 in Burlington here. 495 on the southbound side is slow from Andover all the way Out to Route 93 here. Up in New Hampshire's. Every turnpike also from Manchester Boston Airport to Merrimack here. But otherwise, looking good in Grandstand up in Main turnpike look good from York to Augusta via Portland to 95. Look good from Portland to Augusta here. Oh wait, look at that MBTA alerts here at 7:42 here. Okay, on the MBTA, Sublime Nelson Express minor delays in a disabled bus. Red Eye Express and minor northbound delays through track issue between North Quincy and JFK US stations here. Copy the rail. Favorable West Line train 505, 7 a.m. from substation late today, 10-50 minutes for the necessary track work. Franklin Line train 708, 7 a.m. from Forge Park 495. Still troubleshooted the mechanical problem. We hope to as Franklin Line train 706, 635 a.m. from Forge Park 495. Currently operating 20-25 minutes late. Franklin Line train 704 is currently operating 35-40 minutes late. Havel Line train 206, 646 a.m. from Havel delayed 50-25 minutes today due to signal problem here. Middleborough Lakeville Line train 006 moving operating 5 to 10 minutes late. Watch for updates here. And ferries are looking good here. Here, Chattanooga, 7:43. Time of weather report for today. Most skies have about 57 degrees. No force at about 3 to 8 miles an hour here. For that, clear skies will lower at 26 degrees. No force at about 6 to 11 miles per hour to the north. Tuesday, sun skies about 48 degrees. No freeze at about 6 miles an hour here. Tonight, most clear skies about 28 degrees. Calm wind. Wednesday, sun skies about 51 degrees. Calm wind becoming southeast about 5 miles by the afternoon here. With that, slight chance of showers after 3 a.m. Most skies got low at 40 degrees. Transportation 20%. Thursday, showers likely may after 3 p.m. Cloud skies about 58 degrees. Transportation 6%. Thursday, showers likely 48 degrees. Transportation 8%. Friday, showers likely may before 8 a.m. Most skies got about 57 degrees. Transportation 6%. Friday night, Park skies about 37 degrees. Saturday, most skies got about 48 to about 34 degrees. And for Sunday, Park skies about 47 degrees. Currently in Norton here, 33 degrees for first skies. Humidity 89%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Monday morning, November 16, 2015. Pierce, you have a good morning and a good day, $2. See you later on. Have a good morning and a good day.